Hi girls! It looks like I'm on night vision and I am really up close because the webcam is extra quiet today and it's not working and I've been fighting with it for about 3 hours and I am fed up. So this is like my last try, and if it doesn't work then you guys will not be seeing a video today. But if it does work, you will see a very crappy video today. So either way, you guys are in for a treat. Shannon, the compression stockings. I have a pair. I just recently got it. I had to see a vascular doctor. It was kind of an ordeal. He didn't really understand POTS, but he gave them to me and they're very uncomfortable, and I haven't worn them yet, but I'm going to try them tomorrow and I will let you guys know how it goes. So definitely let me know how you're doing with yours. Yeah, what about the summer? Like, we can't possibly wear them in the summer. And that's when I'm most active, so it's a shame. But I am not going to wear like shorts and granny compression stockings. I'm already an old lady enough, and that didn't even make sense. I'm already enough of an old lady. So speaking of that, I wanted to ask you guys, what is the craziest thing that you have said while potsy or woozy? Because I was really woozy last night, and I took a friend home, and we were talking about when we were going to get together next. And she said, well, I'm busy the 4th. And I said, wow, I can't believe it's already August. And that is not by far the craziest thing I have said while potsy. I don't know what causes it, if it's a lack of oxygen or what, but I have said some crazy things. So what are the craziest things that you guys have said while potsy or woozy? My brother just left to my parents for dinner and nobody invited me. Is that an insult or what? Would you kind of take offense to that? Because I do. There he goes. Whatever, they're lost. So I've been doing okay. I've been taking some low dose cortisol and it's actually making me come alive again. I feel like my old self. And still a lot of weakness and tiredness and all the same stuff, but definitely a lot better than I was. And I wanted to talk to you guys about that. I wanted to ask, what do you think that your POTS is secondary to another medical condition, or do you think that you have like a pure form of autonomic dysfunction? Do you think that something's causing it, whether it's gastrointestinal or neurological or something like that, or do you think that it's just purely dysautonomia? Because I always thought that mine was caused by something else. And the main reason I thought that was because it was the optimist in me hoping that if I could find a cause that they could fix, then I could feel better. And you guys kind of followed me on my Chronically Kyli channel, seeing all the different doctors, and I have finally gotten another diagnosis, which is basically what I've been telling you guys about my adrenal issues. My doctor thinks that I have some type of enzyme deficiency that I was born with, which causes low cortisol and adrenal issues and stuff like that. So it's kind of bittersweet for me because on one end, I'm glad to find the cause of my POTS symptoms because I can treat them now. On the other end, adrenal issues are hard to treat and nobody wants to be taking cortisol forever. And it's also bittersweet because I have spent 5 years of my life doing a lot of research on POTS and getting to know a lot of patients, and now I feel like I have this new diagnosis and it just feels a little bit daunting, I guess. But yeah, the reason I wanted to talk about this is because I'm going to do the orthostatic blood pressure test, but I want you guys to know that 5 years ago, when I was laying flat, my heart rate would have been about 105, my blood pressure would have been like 105/50, standing it would have been like 80/30, and my heart rate would have been about 165 to even 200. And I could not stand. I was totally bedridden, and that was why, because I would immediately fall down. So in that way, I was a typical POTS patient, but I was a little not so typical because I literally woke up one morning, walked to a cafe while on vacation, and collapsed. And that was the first time I had ever fainted. So it didn't feel as progressive as it does in some of your cases. And the other thing was that my hormones were always a little bit off in my blood work. So that kind of led me to think that maybe there was a separate issue causing my symptoms. So what do you guys think? Do you think that yours are secondary, or do you think that your POTS symptoms are just your primary condition? Because it's interesting to me. I feel like a lot of people end up finding out that they have another condition that's causing their symptoms, and I want that to give some of you hope, because when my heart rate used to go to 165 or 200, I thought I would never see a day where it decreased. And I guess time and maybe the medicines that I was on, which I'm no longer on anything, by the way, except for cortisol, and time and those medications and exercise actually helped to make my heart a lot slower, and my blood pressure, it has been stable, and I've been really fortunate for that. But I wanted you guys to know that there was a time where that was impossible for me, and that I never thought I would see this day. So hopefully that gives everybody out there some hope that it won't always be that way. You don't have to be stuck with tachycardia forever. It does get better for a lot of people. But anyway, I'll show you my orthostatic reading now. Here it is. And this really varies for me every day. Like every single day is different. But today we've got 108 over 69, pulse 71. I look like I'm descending from heaven or something. Kind of creepy. Got a good standing blood pressure. 123 over 78, pulse 102. Definitely a lot better than what it used to be for me. It's like a maybe 33 jump. I don't know. I'm not good at math. You guys tell me. Leah, I hope your MRI goes okay. I know how stuff like that can make you so nervous, because we're already dealing with so much, and we don't want to be dealing with more on top of that. And anytime you feel like you're taking a risk, it's so scary. But I'm sure everything will be okay. And Gwen, I am so sorry to hear about Sydney. I'm glad he's doing a little bit better, though. That's great. And I'm definitely keeping him in my thoughts and prayers. And Paige, you are like amazing. Just keep doing what you're doing and be so proud of yourself. And I'm proud to hear that people are accommodating you at work, because I haven't experienced that. I've had bad experiences at college. Nobody accommodates me there. And I have trouble getting my friends to accommodate me. So to hear that your jobs are accommodating of you is fantastic. And that really gives me a lot of hope. So I'm glad to hear it. But that's it. I'm going to wrap this up before this camera fails on me. And I hope everybody's doing well. I'm thinking of all of you. And I hope we can get this get-together planned. By the way, Marcona almonds are delicious. You guys should, if you have Trader Joe's near you, go get some. If not, find a place that has them, because they are like eating candy, but they're healthy. So I'll talk to you guys soon.